That's good. The sweet, nutty flavor of the acorn squash complements the buttery texture of this Wagyu tri-tip from Snake River's. Unbelievable. This is seared Wagyu tri-tip, sliced thin, laid over the top of a roasted acorn squash puree. Very simple to make, elevated flavors. You're gonna want this on your menu. Let's go make it together. We're gonna make a very easy to execute roasted acorn squash puree. The reason why I chose the acorn squash, I personally like the nutty, earthy flavors it gives with a little bit of touch of sweetness. First thing you want to do, take your knife, cut it in half. Let's get those out of here. Looks like that, perfect. Face down, add a little bit of water. Now off to the oven. You want to roast them at 400 degrees for about 30 minutes until they're fork tender. Now we can start working on our recipe. You want to take the squash, scoop it into your blender or your food processor. Quarter cup of heavy cream, tablespoon of honey. Adding a little bit of honey. I know it's already sweet, but this just gives that extra little depth. Your kosher salt, cracked pepper. You can do cinnamon or smoked paprika. I choose smoked paprika. You get that little smoky flavor on the backside. And there we have it. Here is your easy to make roasted acorn squash puree. Today we're doing the Wagyu tri-tip from Snake River Farms. The tri-tip comes from the bottom of the sirloin, just above the flank steak. It comes 6 2-packs, and each piece weighs approximately between 3 to 4 pounds. When talking about American Wagyu, it tends to have a much higher intermuscular fat ratio than USDA Choice or Prime products. Once cooked, it'll have a rich, beefy flavor, and due to the marbling throughout, you can expect a buttery texture. One key thing to remember when plating a tri-tip after it's been prepared is you want to cut against the grain for the best bite. As you can see here, the grain's running this way, but then it starts to turn and run long ways. So what you'd want to do is split it, turn both pieces, and then cut against the grain before putting on the plate. Before seasoning it, we're going to rub all sides down with a little bit of extra virgin olive oil. After you get all sides rubbed down, you're going to want to take a little bit of kosher salt, black pepper, granulated garlic, and some smoked paprika. One thing you want to make sure you do when searing it off on the flat top is you hit all sides. What that's going to do is form a crust to where it's keeping all the juices in, so when we finish off in the oven, we don't lose any of the moisture or fat. Fat is flavor. Now that we've finished searing all sides, we're going to move it to the oven and finish roasting it. You want your oven set about 375 on medium fan. Put your temperature probe in it. You want to bring it to about 125 degrees. Once it hits that temperature, you want to pull it out, let it rest for about 8 to 10 minutes, and you'll have that nice mid-rare to medium temperature throughout. All right, now that we've got it out of the oven, we've let it rest, we're going to go ahead and start plating. We want to start with 3 ounces of our acorn squash puree. Now we're going to slice our tri-tip. We're going to do about a 5-ounce portion. Make sure you cut against the grain. Hit it with a little bit of that butter. And now finish it with a little bit of fresh rosemary and thyme. And there we have it. That's actually really freaking good. That's good.